What's good, y'all? Welcome back to RICHLEV fam. Gang! Now today, bro, we got the most horrifying Halloween deaths ever by a talking hat. But yeah, obviously Halloween is a spooky season and everything, but who knows that Halloween can actually get very spooky. There's some deaths that happen and stuff. Obviously, if you just think about Halloween in general, it's pretty much a clear safety hazard because, you know, it's a whole bunch of kids going out at nighttime and, you know, trying to trick or treat, getting stuff from basically strangers, people we don't know and stuff. And for the most part, it's fun and everything, especially in the right neighborhoods. You know, we got decorations, the house got a whole bunch of lights, decoration stuff, but obviously because of that there is things that can possibly happen. That's why you're recommended to go with, you know, on a supervised adult, parents and stuff, because you know, things could just happen, bro. It's nighttime, people know that there's kids out and stuff, and they could just be weird and want to, you know, scare people, but then those scares turn into deadly encounters, and it's just a safety risk, you know. So as Halloween's coming up, I advise you guys to just be safe, bro. Make sure you guys have a supervised parent with you. If you guys are adults, still be aware of your surroundings, bro. Don't be like just in your phone and shit, bro. Pay attention because it's nighttime. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. So without further ado, make sure to grab your popcorn and let's see.
The Hershey's incident.
Hershey's?
On a Halloween night in 2011, a small home on Winchester Avenue in Chicago quickly became the scene of a nightmare. After trick-or-treating, a grown 55-year-old man fell into a fury with his partner after discovering that his bag of Hershey's candy was missing. He was convinced that the...
Please don't tell me, man. Please don't tell me he's about to crash out over some goddamn candy, bro. Because I wouldn't be surprised. The last video we watched, I don't know if it was Talking Hat or not. I'm pretty sure it probably was, but we're watching the gamer deaths and people were crashing out over because they weren't playing the game right or something. Is this going to be the same thing?
49-year-old woman had taken it, and what started as a petty accusation quickly escalated into a heated argument.
Bro.
The shouting grew louder and tempers boiled over. In desperation, and perhaps in an effort to also protect herself, the 49-year-old woman hurled a plate at the man's head.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, wait, what warranted her to do that, bro? Like, I know he's saying probably self-defense or whatever. I need the full story. Like, did she just randomly just throw the plate at him first?
Man's head, striking him in the face and cutting above his eye.
Wow.
The injury, later visible in the mugshot taken of him, only stoked his anger further. With blood dripping down his face, the man reached for a kitchen knife, and consumed by rage, he lashed out in frenzy, striking the woman multiple times.
Bro, man, it is not this serious, bro. It is never this serious, bro. Like, both of them don't need to be doing shit, but for him to like take that fatal blow and just you do a knife, bro, like, come on, dude. Like, just walk away or something. Like I said, I need more context in the situation, bro. Killing is never the answer, bro. Come on.
Striking the woman multiple times. Neighbors later recalled hearing chaos and screams echoing from inside the home.
Wow.
Unsure as to what...
Like, imagine this all over a fucking Hershey stick, bro. Are you serious? Nah, I'm not gonna sit here and be dense and just think that it was just because of Hershey. Like, there had to been some boiled over feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way they just got to that point. If they did, that's even more restarting, you know what I'm saying? But I have to believe that there is more complex than that, you know, than just about the Hershey situation. Like, there had to have been something boiling up, you know?
Unsure as to whether or not the noises were Halloween decorations, police were eventually dispatched to the area. When officers arrived, they found the woman gravely injured. She was rushed to Cook County Hospital, where she lingered in critical condition for nearly a week. Wow, despite doctors' efforts, her injuries proved fatal, and she later passed on November 5th.
Damn.
The man was arrested soon.
That's crazy how you could be like completely, you know, beat up in the ICU and everything. And like they said, she was in there for about a week or so, just still conscious, I guess. Or I don't know if she was unconscious, like in a coma or whatever, but just still alive. And then you could just pass, bro. Like, your body just, it can't fight no more, you know?
Arrested soon after and booked on felony charges. What had begun as a trivial Halloween quarrel between two adults ended in one of the most brutal of ways.
That's insane,
Costume
bro.
malfunction. On October 31st, at a thriving Halloween carnival, a 51-year-old man would step into the bustling streets dressed in a costume of burlap and straw.
What? Like, bro, are you trying to choke yourself to death? Like,
step into
what
the
is
bustling
this?
Streets dressed in a costume of burlap and straw.
Why would you do that?
Eager to join the thousands celebrating beneath pulsing lights and music. But in a sudden, tragic turn, the man's night of festivity shifted into pure trauma. The man joined the crowd in an energetic dance, and in the midst of the excitement, he wanted to take a break and light a cigarette.
Okay.
In his attempt, the flame from his lighter caught the edge of his costume's hood, and in an instant, his entire outfit ignited. Due to its material, the costume was extremely easy to burn, but difficult to put out and take off. The man would try ripping the costume off of his body, but its contents had already begun melting.
Yeah, once that flame gets, going and stuff, and it gets to a certain point big enough, like, that's wraps, bro. Like, it's all on you. Like, you're getting burned regardless. That's like another worst fear of mine is like getting caught in a flame accidentally, you know what I'm saying? Like, your clothes getting caught and it just goes up on you and you don't have enough time to take it off or something, or put water or anything. Like, that's, oh my gosh, but burning has to be like the worst way to go out, either going out or just the injuries that you preserve after it.
The costume off of his body, but its contents had already begun melting into his skin. As for the crowd around him, they at first thought it was a prank or some sort of fire stunt woven into the Halloween event. It should be noted that most of them were heavily intoxicated, so their rationality and judgment skills were extreme.
Yeah, they probably thought like, oh man, like, that's a cool costume, bro. Yeah, oh my god, he's burning. Wait, oh fuck, he's burning. Like, dude, imagine how crazy that would be, bro. Just seeing somebody burn alive, pretty much. Like, oh my gosh. And they all drunk as hell, too. So it probably feels like a fever dream.
Extremely impaired at the time. As the blaze spread violently, it swallowed him whole like a torch. His figure staggered into the mass of dancers engulfed in fire, with his arms flailing in a desperate panic. People continued cheering. Individuals were so impressed by the stunt that they had begun to record the screaming victim.
Bro, so nobody noticed at this point, bro? Like, come on, you guys are not that gone, are you? I'm not even gonna ask that, because, bro, if you're in a certain type of intoxication, bro, like, you could just be completely gone.
Only when the man...
Like, I literally know some people, chat, they get drunk and they turn into a completely different people. Like, it's not even recognizable. And it's so weird, bro. That's why, like, I don't recommend drinking nothing. I mean, you shouldn't anyways. But, do it moderationally, because, dude, if you're one of those people that literally turn into a different person, you're going to do a whole bunch of shit, say a whole bunch of shit, and the next day, your family, people that you're around is going to be mad at you because you did, and you're going to be like, I don't even remember what happened. It's like, bro, like, I don't know. Just the thought of even not having control over myself, it just scares me, bro. Like, that's why I don't even get drunk and stuff. Like, even if I drink, like, I won't get super buzzed or anything because, dude, I'm just scared. Like, I'm pretty sure I can handle it and stuff, but I'm just too scared of it.
When screams got louder than the music at the carnival, did a few sober witnesses realize what was going on. They rushed in to help and tried to rip off the burning pants and jacket that were now clinging to his skin.
Wow.
People took water bottles from their backpacks and emptied it onto the blaze, while others in the crowd continued chanting, snapping pictures, and dancing to what they perceived as a stunt. When the flames finally calmed, he was barely recognizable. Despite being rushed to the hospital, the man ultimately passed away from his wounds.
I wonder how long it took him to die, though. Like, it seems like they're saying, the flames calmed down, got put on a stretcher and rushed to the hospital. Like, did he die on the way? Was he already unconscious? Like, I would like to know more about that. That's crazy, though. Hey, chat, if that incident does anything, I hope it encourages you not to smoke, bro. Because if he wasn't a smoker and shit, that shit wouldn't even happen. But also, don't wear a Halloween costume that's literally so flammable as well, bro. The Hello Kitty incident?
A 23-year-old
whoa, this one says viewer beware. Holy.
Mother in Hong Kong would continue navigating her life in an environment tainted by hardship. She was an orphan as a child, and as she grew up, she became addicted to abusing substances.
I had to censor a lot of things for this case too graphic. She was kicked out of her orphanage and became homeless when she became a teen.
And other things.
Damn.
She worked at a nightclub in one of Hong Kong's red light districts, Tsim Sha Tsui, where a 34-year-old mob boss frequently visited her for services.
Wow.
The gangster was known to be extremely dangerous as he had a horrible temper and would often do cruel and unusual things to people who wronged him. One day...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's like a typical gang leader, bro. Cause like, I feel like they have to, keep up this persona to keep the respect from their, I guess, inferiors,
After the two met with each other, the mobster would accidentally forget his wallet at the venue. Upon seeing that it contained 4,000 Hong Kong dollars, the woman would secretly steal it to help her own financial situation for herself and her son. The mob boss found out, and out of fear of what he'd do...
Bro, oh my gosh. Like, I know you're trying to get by and stuff with that, bro. Like, if you know a mob boss, like, any type of game, and anything, anybody that's involved in that type of life, that's the last thing you want to fucking do is steal from them, bro. That's an automatic death sentence.
She immediately returned the money back to him. However, he wasn't satisfied. He demanded that she pay an additional $10,000 back to him as an interest fee for her thievery. Obviously, she couldn't meet those requests. On a calm night, as the woman made her way into her apartment after her shift, she'd hear knocks at her door. It would be 3 members of the Triad gang and a young girl who claimed that they wanted to settle the dispute with a more reasonable fee.
Okay.
Also, side note, the young girl seen here is actually the mob boss's girlfriend. Remember how I said he's 34? Well, she's 20 years younger than that. Just...
Bro. 20 years, bro. That means she's 14 years old. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God. Like, that is so weird, bro. Like, how? Like, I just never get that mindset. It's so weird, bro. Like, how can you just be okay with doing something like that? Like, how do you feel okay with yourself? Like, you wake up every day knowing you got a fucking 14, 15-year-old girlfriend as a 30-year-old, and you just like, oh yeah, this is my girlfriend. Like, what? And the fact that that's like normal in some societies is so fucking weird, bro. I don't care if I'm being judgmental at all. I will be judgmental to this shit. No. Come on.
Yeah. Anyways, as soon as the woman opened up,
people should just go to jail for that shit, for even fucking entertaining it.
They ripped her out of her apartment and drove her to a rundown flat on Granville Road in Kowloon. It was there that her final horrific month of torture began. Her captors beat her with pipes, suspended her in the air with wires, burned her with wax and plastic, and rubbed peppery spices into her wounds. Each day blurred into the next.
That's insane.
It was a cycle of torment designed not only to punish her, but to strip away at her humanity. Neighbors.
Reports say she was forced to smile and pretend that she enjoyed the violence. Like, bro, I feel like people that do things like this, chat, like it all stems from, you know, a base of insecurity and shit. Cause like for you to do this to another human being and then basically make it like a fucking game as well, like there's something very wrong with you mentally. Like there's no way you feel even comfortable in your own skin at all. Like how, bro? This don't make no
nothing
sense.
Beyond the walls, but within them, suffering was routine. After nearly a month of agony, her body could no longer endure the mistreatment, and she would pass away from the monstrous acts of the gang. Upon realization, the mob boss had his men disposing of her remains in bags and...
What is that? What is it saying? Dismember? Let me search it up on my phone because I don't want to pop up on the screen. Is it dismember? If it's dismember, that means, oh, cut off the limbs. Yeah, I was assuming that. I just wanted to make sure. And it was like cutting off something. Obviously, decapitate is like the head. So dismember is just, you know, cut off any limbs.
Of her remains in bags and pieces to clear themselves of any evidence. However, in a grotesque and cruel twist, the boss would have her skull boiled clean, polished and preserved, and then stitched into his girlfriend's Hello Kitty plush.
Bro, you're actually a fucking psycho. No, this nigga dead ass a psycho, bro. Like, he needs to be locked up forever, bro. He needs to be put under. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, this shit deserves some death penalty. I don't know, bro. We can't have humans like this just existing, bro. Nah.
Actually, I don't really feel comfortable considering her his girlfriend. I mean,
yeah,
the man's quite literally old enough to be her father.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's
but nonetheless,
so fucking weird.
Night after night, the young girl would be faced with the doll as she lived with the mob boss, and he kept it in the flat they were living in. She wouldn't be able to escape the sight of the toy, and as time went on, it began haunting her. She'd start seeing hallucinations and apparitions of the woman's ghost. The spirit would follow her every day, weeping dreadfully. It'd stand by the corner of her bed, staring at...
Hell yeah, that, bro. If I was that soul, bro, I'm haunting the fuck out of everybody there, bro. Like, imagine, like, that's the way you go out, you know what I'm saying? Torture like that and everything. And they over here using your skull as some fucking decoration for a doll. Oh, yeah, that's so... Chat, I don't know, you guys believe spirits and shit, you know what I'm saying? I know it's like hard to believe, whatever, but that shit, I don't know. I would believe it. You know what I'm saying? From this much traumatized that it's went through, yeah, I would believe it's there, haunting everybody.
It'd stand by the corner of her bed, staring at her every night. And if the girl ever fell asleep, it'd show up in her dreams as well, and turn them into nightmares. In her words, she said that it kept haunting her while demanding justice. It got so...
Just even thinking about it, like, I wouldn't be able to live with myself, bro. Like, just having something like that in my house, bro. Like, I even get weird about thinking about, like, ashes and stuff, too, you know? And I know, like, some people have that for loved ones and stuff, but even that, to me, it's like, I don't know. It's just, not that it creeps me out, but it just makes me feel at unease a little bit, you know? Like, just knowing that the remains of someone just dead is just in my house or something. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though.
Bad that the girl developed insomnia, and for weeks, she'd barely eat or sleep. Eventually, she broke.
Like, I feel like, I don't know, I believe, you know, when people go away, that your soul gets set free. I feel like you keep it somewhere in a contained space or whatever. Unless, like, obviously you bury them and stuff, but I feel like their soul's not able to escape if you just, like, have them in your house or something, you know?
She ran to a nearby department, and reports from the Kowloon police station say that she turned up at the building shaking violently. As mentioned from witnesses, rather than her saying that she has a crime she needs to confess, the first words that left her mouth were something around the lines of, "I keep seeing her. I can't sleep. Please, she won't stop crying. She won't leave me alone."
Wow.
She was literally traumatized. The girl told police absolutely everything they needed to know, and officials set out to arrest...
Why the f... Yo, I'm such a scaredy kid. No way I got just scared about his fucking cop cells, bro.
No. And officials set out to arrest everyone who was involved.
Jesus Christ.
The three men. Actually, they don't really deserve to be called that. The three criminals were
they're 3 bitches, bro.
all sentenced to life in prison with a 20-year minimum before parole.
Bro,
The young girl was placed in protective custody, and after the trial, it was noted that she was seeing the ghost less. However, she'd still go on to experience nightmares and auditory hallucinations.
Nah, that's something that's gonna stick with her forever, bro. Like, just the fact that she was even witness the torture on his own, and then after the fact of just, you know, all the hallucinations and the haunting that she felt. Shit like that doesn't just go away, bro. Like, at all.
Of the woman weeping. The last thing that was heard of her before she was relocated with an identity change was that she was being given psychological treatment and correctional therapy. These aren't just horror stories, they're real events. And they're all so wrong, in so many ways. Halloween is meant to be scary in a fun manner, not in a cruel and dangerous one.
Exactly.
To ensure that happens, make sure to group up, stay close to your friends, drink responsibly, and always check your candy twice. Take care of yourself and keep your loved ones safe.
Facts,
Without further ado, have a happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Oh, okay. All right, Charlie. What the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
Did I jump scare you?
No.
Yeah, I bet I did.
No.
You coward.
Shut up.
You make me sick.
Shut your
weakness is pathetic.
All right, bro. All right, bro. Yo, Talking Hat though, bro. I love how he does, you know, these type of videos where he explains deaths and stuff, and then like there's always like a nice calm quote at the end, you know, showing that he cares like about his viewers and stuff, and that's a really nice touch, you know what I'm saying, coming from someone like how I really care about my viewers and fans and shit like that. So I really like that. I could resonate with that, you know what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give this guy a subscribe, bro. I don't know why I wasn't subscribed already, but yeah, you guys make sure to subscribe to Talking Hat, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.